Hello everyone, welcome to testbook.com. I'm Aditya Ashtikar and today I'm here with a success story in our Topper Talkies. So today I have Nikhil with me. Hello Nikhil.
Hi, sir.
So we welcome you to this show. And today for you all, I would like to tell you that today we have Nikhil, an aspirant who has successfully cracked the examination IBPS SO. So we'll be talking with him. We'll be having a conversation with him so that you get to know what all strategies did he adopt, what all were his approaches to crack the examination, and you get to know a lot about what all hurdles had he faced so that you can relate to it, and also you can now become the next person to qualify the examination. So hello Nikhil, how are you?
Fine, sir. Fine, great.
Fine. Okay, so I won't be wasting any of the time, any of the moment for our students. We'll directly jump on to the questions. So first of all, I would like to know from you that what is your background? What is your? I would like to have some personal info regarding you so that students get, you can say, connected with you, and then they can easily understand whatever you are going to tell them. Okay, Nikhil.
Okay. I am Nigel. I am from Kollam district of Kerala. My father is a retired government employee. My mother is a teacher, and I have an younger brother who has recently completed graduation. I have been recently selected as the agriculture field officer in Union Bank of India in the last IBPS SO exam 2019.
Nikhil, I would like to know from you that what was your reaction when you checked the result, when you got selected, or when you just had a look at the result. What was your reaction? And I would also like to know what was your family's reaction when you told them about your result. Yes, Nikhil.
When I see the result, I was totally blank. I am out of my senses, and
Okay.
it took almost 5 seconds to get me back to my the normal condition.
Okay.
And my parents were very happy after seeing the result that I have been selected. We are not expecting that.
Okay.
Yes.
So when something is beyond our expectations and when we get something unexpected, definitely it is a matter of happiness. So that was the case
Yes.
with you as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's start with the basic questions. First of all, what was your educational background?
I am a BSc Agriculture graduate,
Okay.
graduated from a private college
Okay.
affiliated to Tamil Nadu Agriculture University.
So before that, before your, you can say, graduation, in your 12th, 10th, how was your, you can say, scores? Was it below par or average, or you can say above par? What do you say?
I have 8.1 overall grade point OGP.
Okay. This question just I have asked you so that students can relate to it easily, and they can then think that what actually they want to do, or what has been their performance in that 10th or 12th. So that is what I want to ask you. Okay. So fine.
Okay.
Next question from my side is, what made you try for this examination? Any specific reason behind that?
It was actually my mother who suggested to choose for the banking field. After the completion of my graduation, I mainly focused upon for writing a state government agriculture officer exam. But we are not aware when this exam, when the call for this exam came. So my mother had suggested me to join for a bank.
Okay.
Coaching.
So as you had told us earlier that your mother is a teacher by profession, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So she had suggested you to join a bank, or you can say she asked you to give the bank examination, prepare for the banking examination, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So my next question for you is, did you appear in any other examination before cracking this IBPS SO?
Yes, sir. I have written IBPS PO, clerk,
Okay.
RRB, clerk and PO, but not selected in any one of them.
IBPS PO, clerk, and
RRB, PO and clerk.
Okay, RRB, PO, and clerk. So you have appeared for almost all the examinations of IBPS, right?
Yes.
Okay. So okay, fine. So, what do you think that were you successful in that as well, or did you had you faced failures in that? What do you say?
No, sir. I had not even close to the cutoff mark of any of these exams. I'm not even able to clear the prelims of any of these exams.
Okay, okay. But still, you qualified for IBPS SO. That means, despite failures, you tried hard and you worked hard and you achieved what you actually wanted to, right?
No, of course, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So that brings me to my next question. How would you describe your journey from an aspirant to a selected candidate? What was the most challenging part of your journey?
Sir, after completing my graduation, I joined a bank coaching center in Trivandrum, Kerala, and I got undergone coaching for almost 5 months. After that, in that institute, we have an option for self-study. We have a computer lab and also some other facilities for coaching. And I started preparing myself because in the SO exam, the mains is mainly upon our trade. It is mainly based upon the agriculture. So I started preparing myself. And the most difficult part of this is the mains exam because year by year they are changing the pattern of the questions in mains.
Yes, definitely.
For example, in the last time, in the last time, they have been depending fully upon general agriculture. Before that, they have been changing it to animal husbandry and sometimes fisheries and like that. The question pattern is always changing. So that was one of the major problem in this.
Okay, that was a challenge that you had to face because IBPS has always been engaged in changing patterns and troubling students. But you also had to face the same challenge, right? Okay, fine.
Yes,
so next question from my side is, was there any role of textbook in your success? If yes, do let me know what was the role of textbook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Textbook played a major role for helping me in cracking this exam. Actually, it was one of my friend who suggested about this website. Before that, I was practicing the exams by using some books, guide books.
Okay.
And then I came to know that by only using the mock test, we would be able to crack the exams. We would be able to solve that questions in proper time.
Okay.
And the textbook, in case of textbook, the major merit is that the question level, the difficulty level is almost same. That is for the original exam and also for the more mock test. This difficulty level is almost same. That is one of the major merit of the textbook.
Okay, so that means the level that you had faced in the mock was the same as that of the examination. So that helped you in cracking the examination in an easy manner, right?
Yes, almost.
Okay, fine. So what was your study schedule you followed while preparing for the examination? Because I know all my viewers who are watching this session, they definitely want to know whether there is a study schedule or how many hours a day should we dedicate or should we devote to our preparation. This is a general question from most of the aspirants. What do you say?
I have been preparing in the institute, not at home, and I usually start at 8:30, and I spend half an hour for reading newspaper, mainly for Hindu newspaper. It would improve our vocaps. And after that, the morning time, that is from 9 to 12:30 for one, I would spend for the mains exam, that is our trade. And in between, I would take a break for half an hour. And after that, the afternoon section, I would use for writing mock exams. That is mainly focused upon the prelims. And from 2 to 5, I would be writing one mock. And after 5:30 or 6, I would be writing another mock and the reviewing also. Almost 10 to 11 hours is the normal time.
So you dedicated around 10 to 11 hours a day. So do you think that these 10 to 11 hours were sufficient or more than enough or were less? What do you say?
We cannot say it is sufficient, sir. Nowadays, the question pattern is different, changing, and the difficulty level is also changing.
Okay.
So it is not at all sufficient. We have to invest something more.
Fine. That means after investing 10 hours a day as well, you say that this was not sufficient just to crack this examination, because nowadays exam level is somewhat difficult. I would like to tell all my viewers that nowadays students think that we can qualify the exam just by going to some coaching, or you can say just by going visiting some online platform or YouTube platform. But really, that is not the case. Okay, you have to give time for your self study. When you invest time in your self study, as Nikhil says that he had invested around 10 hours, including that of mock test and analysis of the mock test, which is quite important, definitely. So I can say that this is what you need to qualify the examination. You can say perfect dedication and passion for what you actually want to. Okay, so this brings me to my next question. That is, as Nikhil said that he invested around 10 hours a day in his preparation. Definitely a question arises that how did you manage your social life? How did you manage time with your family and other stuffs? How did you do that, Nikhil?
So after I almost reached my home around 8:39, and after that I would not open anything. I would not open any book or any mock test or something like that. I would quit everything and just relax by mingling with my family and some social media and all.
Okay, so you invested time in social media as well?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but I have seen a lot many aspirants, they just close down all the social media platforms and all. Do you think that is necessary in a student's life?
So in my perspective, it's not at all necessary. We have to use something. It would be a stress reliever for us.
Definitely.
When we are concentrating very much for this exam, and when we are concentrating very much in our studies, we would be having some stress busters. Then only we can increase the efficiency in social media. All this would be better for up to a limit.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because just working, as the saying says, that only work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So similarly, if you are not investing time other than studies, I think so you will just become dull, and that won't ever be productive, right? So definitely it is required. So that was your stress buster, giving time to your family and also investing some time on social media, buffering and searching for things. So that's good. Okay, fine. So next question from my side is, what was your strategy for prelims? As you have qualified IBPS SO, there was a different examination. You can say different subjects were there in prelims and different subject in mains. So first of all, I would like to know your strategy for prelims. Different subjects. How did you prepare for quant? How did you prepare for reasoning? How did you prepare for English? Do let us know in detail.
So I have undergone a basic coaching. So I have a basic idea of how to solve these problems in every sections. And for quant and reasoning, that's okay. After writing the mock test, I would analyze the questions and I would try to solve that. After the exam, I would try to solve that without viewing the answers. And that's a strategy for quants and reasoning. And for English, the newspaper reading is one of the main important factors. The editorial of the Hindu newspaper, it's one of the main factors. We automatically develop our vocabs by reading that. And also in the mock exam, the test book, they are having a very good review. That is the analysis is very much useful in case of English section. There is test books. It's nice.
Okay, was any of your subjects, any of these subjects, was a weak point or a strong point of yours? Quant, reasoning, or English?
Some in English, the main problem is vocabs. The grammar is not at all. I'm not better in English, so I'm not good at English. So it is one of the major problem in it. And quants and reasoning, it is almost okay.
Okay, so how did you prepare for vocab?
By reading newspaper, mainly by reading the Hindu newspaper, the editorial section.
Okay.
And also the analysis of the wrong answers in this
Okay.
textbook.
So just by reading, I guess no one is able to just remember those words forever. So was there any other plan, any other strategy? Did you used to write it down in your copy or prepare notes of those vocab that you used to read in the newspaper?
Initially, I have been doing like that, writing that words and finding the meaning. And after that, I just only read that in such a way that our grammar would increase. By that, when we read a question in the exam, we would find that there is some mistake. This is not the right way. We are able to analyze in such a manner. This is not being obtained by reading 2 week or 3 week. By continuous reading, almost 3-4 months continuous reading, we would be able to improve our English. That's one of the main thing. Then the Hindu newspaper, their language is perfect.
Somewhat difficult, yes, definitely, I agree with that. So that is what my suggestion will also be for our viewers. Actually, what I have seen being an English faculty, even I also believe that students try for vocab for 3 or 4 days and they just give up, which is not the way. Actually, you need to invest time in English, as Nikhil said that he used to read the newspapers on his own and then used to find out some words, and I guess that used to get repeated whenever he used to read some other articles of the newspaper. So this is how, after continuous efforts of reading newspaper daily, making it a habit, you can definitely crack the examination. You can definitely give up that plan of giving up the vocab part. Okay, so that's what I can say. Oh, and yes, as I had asked you regarding mains, what was your preparation strategy for mains?
So the mains exam is completely based upon trade, that is agriculture, and there are some basic book for agriculture like R.K. Sharma, Arun Katyayan, then Nemraj Sunda. These are the basic books, and for improving for the current affairs, there are some books that are released by Agri Coaching Chandigarh, that is ACC Current Affairs.
Okay.
That.
Okay, so you prepared from some books, though that was important and that was beneficial for you, because mains level is all based on agriculture. So that is your own background. So you have suggested some books which definitely can be helpful for our aspirants. Okay, fine. So next question from my side is, how was your interview experience? I guess there was an interview as well. So how was your interview experience? Were you nervous before giving the interview? And what was the scenario of the interview room? Do let me know in detail.
I was quite very much nervous entering that room. There is a panel of 5 members in front of me, and it was my first experience.
Okay.
But the interview board was very nice. They are very friendly, and the questions that are asked they just start up with some basic questions like introduction and something like that, and they gone through some of the agriculture terminologies and small definitions like that, and then some practical application level questions like when I am appointed at a branch where the people are not at all cooperating with me, what are the strategies would you take to improve the banking of that sector, that area? Like that questions has been asked.
Okay.
But the board was very friendly.
Okay, board was friendly, but they asked you some practical application questions as well, and you answered it quite easily. That's what you want to say, right?
Almost.
Fine. Okay, and any questions related to your background that you remember? If you can definitely tell us.
Agriculture,
yeah. Do you remember any questions regarding that?
Yes, sir. Like there is a classification of farmers in agriculture, small farmer, major farmer. They asked about that, and some of the schemes are also asked by central government schemes.
Okay, so these were the questions that they asked you.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So now next question from my side is, might have been a time when you must be feeling low or stressed as you have mentioned earlier that you had to go through some failures as well. So how did you deal with that situation? How did you overcome that situation? And what were the hurdles you faced during your preparation?
Um, after undergoing coaching for five and a half months, I have written almost 4-5 exams, but I am not able to crack any of it. I am not even close to the cutoff of the PEO clerk, etc. And I am very much disappointed in that, and I am totally broken at that time.
Okay.
But the continuous practice, it is the main thing. Continuous practice would make us to get success.
Yeah, definitely. Practice makes a man perfect, as the saying goes. So definitely, once you start practicing, when you are practicing lot many questions again and again, if you are not clear with some concepts or questions, what I can suggest is that definitely you should try and try. If you are not comfortable in some particular topic, I think maximum practice of those questions will definitely help you crack that section as well, right? Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So this brings me to the next question. That is, do you aim for any other government examinations in the future?
Sir, I am very much satisfied with what I am having now, but I would try to write the state government exam of agriculture officer.
Okay, any specific reason behind that?
It is a gazetted officer post, and also we have an opportunity to be in our own state.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the only reason for that.
Hometown. Okay, you also want the hometown part. Yes, definitely. Because right now, when you get the posting, I guess you will have to travel to some other state there in your union bank, right? So that's why if you get some chance, some opportunity, you can say just in your hometown with your family, definitely that would be an added advantage, right? Okay. So this brings me to the last question. What is your advice for our future aspirants, those who are watching this session? So they also get some advice. If you have any advice for them, do let us know that.
So I have seen some of my friends who have been practicing by using some books and guides all the time. In the initial beginner level, it's okay. But for cracking an exam, it is not at all possible with that, because nowadays the speed is the main matter in cracking the exam. It can be only obtained by practicing the mock test, in which we would be able to understand the difficulty level of the questions, in which all the questions are having equal weightage. It's not at all wiser to invest so much time for a harder question which is having 1 mark. Rather than that, we can invest in other questions from which we can get 3 or 4 marks. That's one of the major advice that I want to give the future aspirants.
Yes,
doing mock test would improve them.
Yeah. So that's what I can say, that attempting mock tests and analyzing what you are, you can say, solving in the mock test.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely that helps in your preparation, and that helps you gain confidence for the exam that you are preparing. So that's it from our side in this particular interview. I hope so you all enjoyed the session. You all got to know many things from Nikhil's side. Thank you, Nikhil, for joining us, taking out time for your valuable time, and sharing that experience with all our viewers. So thank you, Nikhil.
Thank you, sir. Most welcome, sir.
I hope so you all enjoyed this session, and you definitely should share the session if you can share it with your friends, so that they also get to know the preparation strategy. If you like the session, you definitely should hit a like button for Nikhil, our you can say successful aspirant, and definitely comment anything that you want to in the comment section, congratulating Nikhil, and also you can leave your experience as well, so that other students can definitely gain some points, or anything that you are preparing for. If you are feeling low, you can definitely share in the comment section, so our experts will be guiding you for that as well. Okay, so that's it from our side. Thank you everyone for watching, and do not forget to share this session, because after all, sharing is caring.